Oh, ye of sound mind. We're in pain, we're in agony, we're cold and hungry and mad. But you're still blessed with life. Don't you understand? I don't give a shit about any of that. All I know is you can't have Shinazaki. I will never, ever let you take her. Ah, what the hell is this ringing in my ears? Is it bugs? Is it bugs? Ah! From there, Ayumi took a sudden turn for the worse. Tossing aside the book she was reading, she began punching herself in the head with both hands. It was so quiet in here too, but just look what colors have been let in now. Silver, huh? Green, maybe? Stop this, Shinazaki! Shinazaki? Ah, it was yellow. Shinazaki? Brother, is that you? You're late. I'm so hungry. It's been so very long since my last meal. Hina sealed me up in here, you see, and I haven't eaten a single thing since then. Not a single bite, nothing at all. Brother, you look so delicious, brother. Is it strange? Is it strange that I want to kill you and, taste your succulent flesh? Cut it out, Shinazaki. I'm not your brother, for starters. Welcome home, brother. Miki? You're here again? You know, your selfless little sister drops by just to make you dinner, and that's how you greet her? You've been eating your meals every day, brother. More or less, yeah. Some pre-packaged convenience store foods here, a school lunch there. Just as I feared then. You keep going like that and your health will deteriorate in no time. Well, you sit tight. I'm making you a fine meal right now. Whatever would you do without me? How's school going? I hear you've been hanging out with a boy named Mochida and a girl named Shinazaki. What kind of people are they? Everything's gonna be okay, I know it. Dad'll come around one of these days. Just be patient, okay, brother? Stop it! Oh, shit. Oh, God. Shinazaki's biting Kishinuma's neck. I've got to stop her. Ugh. Blood. Bitter, delicious blood. Ugh. Kishinuma! Kishinuma! The two of us made a mad dash toward Kishinuma, intending to pry Ayumi away from him through any means possible. But to my astonishment, he met our panicked gazes with a stern, "Let me handle this" look, reinforcing the message by raising his hand in a stop motion. Shinozaki. Shinazaki! Whoa, I didn't expect that. If circumstances were different, this could be the start of a really heartwarming romantic scene. Kishinuma grabbed Shinazaki and hugged her tightly. Shinazaki, come back to me. Please. You aren't any of these people. You're Ayumi Shinazaki, damn it. So warm. Bit by bit, I could see the expression on Shinazaki's face change. Her crazy, possessed sneer gradually gave way to a blank, dazed countenance that then slowly, but surely, began sparkling with life once more. And though it was nearly imperceptible, I could swear I saw a smile start to form on her lips. Kishinuma? For a few long moments, Shinozaki stared into Kishinuma's eyes. Then, in an instant of realization, her face turned beet red. I recalled the phrase, "Oh crap," drifting through my head for a split second. And then... Ah! What? What the hell are you doing? Ow! What are you trying to pull here? Pervert! Get away from me! Shinozaki, what is wrong with you? Shinozaki, you had me really worried there. But, well, I'm glad you're back. Shinozaki! Kishinuma, are you alright? Suzumoto? What are you... Wait, where am I? Shinozaki, what does one say in this situation? Welcome back, I guess. Huh? What? What's going on? Wow, I have to admit, this all sounds really unlikely even to me. I guess I've been under the influence of this building for quite a while, though. Yeah, and let me tell you, you were getting pretty violent there. How did you get in here, anyway? This room's been locked since we showed up. I have no idea. But then, we are in a building that can change its layout at will. I guess pretty much anything is fair game in these closed spaces. It almost feels like this school takes pleasure in making the most unlikely events happen at random. I suppose when you're dealing with the supernatural, you're already dealing with something that's scientifically unlikely. So, best not to rely on logic. You're starting to go over my head here. It almost sounds like I'm talking to your sister. Well, then, let's just put it this way. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen in this school. So listen carefully. We have exactly 3 objectives in here. First, we need to look into the reasons why this place is the way it is. Specifically, we need to find out more about the beings who control it. Then, we need to interact with those beings and try to dig up some means of getting out of here alive. And finally, once we've figured that out, we need to actually make it happen. That's pretty much it. Wow, you're in full class rep mode right now. Yep, she sure is. But aren't you forgetting the most important objective, Shinozaki? Uh-huh, I think she is. Finding all our friends, safe and sound. Oh, yeah, good point. That should be our first step for sure. Once we've found Miss Yui, Mochida, and the others, then we can work on the rest. Damn straight. Add Okasawara's friends to the mix and we'll be so many strong that nothing can stop us. Right? Right. Let's not get too careless, though. None of this is going to be easy. There's only so much we can do in here, and that's not likely to change. For now, I'd suggest we investigate our surroundings as thoroughly as possible. Leave no stone unturned. And don't give up or give in, no matter what. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm scared to death right now. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Don't worry. We'll be behind you all the way. We can get through this together. At this, Kishinuma stood up and began scanning his eyes over the nearby shelves. Since we're here anyway, how about we start by checking for clues in this room? It is a reference room, after all. There's bound to be something worthwhile. Huh, alright. We are making so much progress, I'm loving it. Oh boy, body. It's a girl's body, seemingly junior or senior high. It's mostly decomposed down to the skeleton at this point. There's a duffel bag on its side next to her with a tracksuit, partially hanging out of it, and her student ID name tag is still clearly visible on her uniform. Momijigawa High School, Ao Amano. Ah, that's a girl. Unfortunate. Alright. There are numerous scrapbooks on this shelf, each containing various newspaper and newsletter clippings. One in particular stands out. It's an old-school three-ringed binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old. 1973. Serial kidnapping and murder at Heavenly Host Elementary. That's here, right? There was an article about that in one of the classrooms too, I think. Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children return home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an official statement at around 4 yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, 11, Ryo Yoshizawa, 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and a suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate, I don't know how to pronounce that, the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinazaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable toward closing this case and putting this horror behind us. However, so police are anxious to question her. Okay. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Host safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have. There's a snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor. Oh, these are the children I saw. I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here. So now they've cursed the place or something. It's so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary, evil spirits all this time, but really, they're just victims themselves. Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for a spirit to lose its sense of humanity after dying. In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore. What do you think happened to the murderer? Pardon me. Here we go. They talk about him in this one. Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in intensive psychiatric care, but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt, which culminated in the discovery of his hanged body in a room beneath Heavenly Host Elementary School, near the site of his shocking triple homicide. The cause of death was ruled as strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this appears to be a show of remorse, previously thought beyond his mental capacity, his psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery. Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Guess there's no happy end for anybody, though the families of the victims were probably glad to see him go. Well, and there's that one girl who was spared too. Isn't that kind of strange, though, that there's not a single comment from the survivor's family? Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased, but there's not a word to be found about anywhere about the girl who was spared. I'd assume that was by request, to protect their privacy or something. Do newspapers really care about that, though? The mass media is always about chasing scoops, no matter what it takes to get them or who they have to bother. Dr. Tomokichi Furukai's research records. Fukurai's, okay. Mesmer's magnetism. Correspondences with Anna Sprengel. Seraphita. Malleus Maleficarum. What the heck is going on here? Voynich manuscript. Records of psychic phenomena. Letters to and from magic societies. Classic mystery novels. Not your typical elementary school reading material. There are no serial numbers or library cards or anything on them, though, so they're probably not the school's. That's true. Maybe these were brought in by other victims who got trapped here. Actually, it looks like there's a name stamp on most of these. Kibiki? Is that how you read those kanji? Wait, Kibiki? Wow, you're right. I recognize that name. You know the paranormalist Naho Senoki? Ku Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist. So that means Mr. Kibiki is in here too, I guess. But why? Oh boy, that was a long segment. Alright, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here either. We've looked at the body. I think we may have just got lucky and picked the right one straight off the bat. In that case, I think we can leave this place now. Oh. I wonder how much time has passed since we got here. I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this. That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe the same thing isn't happening to time. I trust my stomach, though, and it's telling me that dinner time's already come and gone, and now is about when good boys and girls would go to bed. I have to admit, I am hungry. Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki. But for now, I think it's about time we found a nice, cozy spot to sit and rest for a while. I think I'd like that, as I'm really, really tired. Not so tired that I'm worried about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. Oh, they're moving for me. Excellent. Saved me the trouble. And so, the four of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes and fell fast asleep. Understandable, considering what they'd just experienced. Out like a light, both of them. They must be really exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi after all. Aren't you tired too? I am, but I just can't bring myself to sleep. My mind keeps racing, wondering what Nari and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run out after them at a moment's notice. I know just where you're coming from. I get the same way when I think of Shig. I wish I could see his face right now, you know? Huh? Nana, what happened to your legs? I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before, but they'd become much darker in color. They looked pink originally, as if she'd just rubbed her skin up against something, but now they were a deep dark purple, the color of grapes. Are you alright? Does it hurt? Hmm? You mean the bruises? They've been there since before. Yeah, but they're darker now. Oh, you're right. What a weird color. What's happening? It probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the surface. I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry. I just hope it doesn't leave a scar. True. You do have beautiful legs after all. Oh, please. No, I don't. I'm jealous. You're so thin and gorgeous. If I were as tall as you, Shig and I would look a lot more natural together. Is he your boyfriend? Uh-uh. Nothing like that. I guess you could say he's just a really important person to me. He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am, despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do. He sounds wonderful. Yeah, I'm not just saying this because we're in the same drama club, but he's like some kind of prince. Though if you ask Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard. Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, doesn't he? Ah? Does that bother you? Are you taking an interest, perhaps? No, nothing like that. Sorry, I had to ask. Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinazaki's affections. Ah, but they look so cute together. They are a lot alike in many ways, particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel. I'll bet it's a lot like you when you're with Morishige, isn't it? Oh, come on. I already told you it's not like that with us. Though, I guess I really don't know how to classify the way I feel. I mean, when I do finally see Shig, how should I react? What do I want him to do? Do I want him to pull me into his arms like Kishinuma did with Shinazaki? Or do I just want him to pat me on the head and tell me I did good? I guess I won't really know until the time comes, if it comes. It'll come, just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi. Thanks. I hope Mochida is able to reunite with Yuka and Nakashima too. And Miss Yui and Shinohara. We'll all meet up and go back home, and properly exchange that photo we took together after the culture festival. I really want to see my friends too. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just been talking about myself all this time. I think I want to go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway. By yourself? Isn't that dangerous? I'll only be gone for a moment. I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer. Suzumoto. Ah, Kishinuma. You're awake? Shouldn't you go with her? Just to be safe? I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinazaki. Thanks. I will. If anything happens, just yell real loud, okay? I'll smack Shinazaki till she's awake, and the two of us will come running. Okay. The hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm gonna borrow one of her candles. Just be careful. Once you find Ogasawara, okay, You two come right back here. You got it? Oh, God. It's moving it for me. Excellent. The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever. Maybe we passed one another without realizing it. No. No! Nana? What's wrong, Nana? Oh, shit. Ah! The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And this sound was accompanied by the dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground in front of me. Or rather, part of Nana. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is, she was still fully alert and aware. Ah! Ah! My legs! My legs! Nana! This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move. Ah! It hurts! It hurts! My legs! My legs! Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground, as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. Ah! Ah! It hurts! It hurts! Ah! I could sense the presence of another person in the shadows, just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all-encompassing past a certain point, giving over only the vaguest notion of a human silhouette within an inky black void. Who's there? That's the locker room. No, wait, it's not. Where is this? What's back there? That door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There was also an indescribably foul odor wafting out from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt I could never leave my senses again. And whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me, step by step. I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly, I didn't want to. His existence alone was threatening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head, as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? Ah! Stop! Please stop! The figure was now fully visible, and was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, as it took everything she had to scream in protest. Her voice was getting weaker, and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive, filthy grip. No, Grip isn't the right word. It was more like a bite. God, no! No! Save me, please! Mayu! No! Uh, uh... There were these panicked, primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely breathe, and watched the slow slither of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few seconds for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. And once she was gone, only a wide swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across that hellish threshold. Nana, I have to go save her. What? Help! Help! Mayu! Nana! Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed toward the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall. What? No! Where is she? Where was she taken? Mayu! It was just as Shinozaki had said. Right before my eyes, a human being was pulled into a space that simply no longer existed. Pulled out of reality. Oh, pardon me. And yet, I could still hear her. No. Can't even describe how frightened I was. All I could do was scream and take off running. Away from there. Anywhere else was preferable. Why am I going this way? Nana isn't this way. She's behind me. I need to go back. I need to save her. I need to save Nana. But I'm just getting farther and farther away from her. No, I can't. I just can't. It's just not possible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nana. I couldn't do anything to save you. What do I say to Kishinuma and Shinozaki? We were just talking with her, and now look what's happened. Her legs were torn right off, right along the lines of those bruises. Wait, the bruises! Nana was sliced up in the exact spots where she had those markings. And I have markings just like that on my stomach. But that doesn't mean anything, right? That's just coincidence, right? What is wrong with me, worrying about myself at a time like this? But I can't help it. I opened my compact mirror and hesitantly brought it down to my abdomen, lifting my shirt and loosening my skirt a bit to get a better look. Oh, God, no. I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen had darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, practically pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crest that had surfaced from deep inside my body. No. No! It's darker, more clearly outlined, and it looks bigger now, too. What is this? Why is it here? It's just a bruise, right? I'm sure it'll go away on its own over time if I leave it be. I just kept telling myself that. It'd go away on its own. It was nothing. And I was starting to believe it. Feeling somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear. I saw sadness. I saw defeat. But I also saw something else. Ah! No. At first I doubted my eyes. But I wasn't seeing things, nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise, just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark, but it was definitely there, and given enough time, it would probably get a lot darker. Why? Why? When did I get this? Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe I just need to wipe it off. I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all that did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going away. It wasn't going away. And if it just kept darkening, I might wind up like Nana. No, please, no, no, no! Torn apart at the seams. No! Suzumoto, what's wrong? I thought I heard you scream. No luck in finding Ogasawara? I don't like that at all. We'll help you search. Suzumoto? No! Stay back! I took a step away from them, despite myself. What's going on? Please, just stay back. Nothing's going on, I swear. Did something happen? Did you see something in your compact? It's nothing. I didn't see anything. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want them to see that hideous bruise. Wait. Wait! Suzumoto! Suzumoto! What do I do? What do I do? I'm running again. But where? Where am I going? I have to get rid of this. If I can't, then I'll wind up like Nana. I have to hurry. I have to find some way of making this go away. I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide it. There we go. Can't see it at all now. All I have to do is get some sleep. And then when I wake up, that bruise will be long gone. I know it will. Yeah, I was getting worked up over nothing. It was just a little mark on my face after all. Probably just a result of all the stress I'd been feeling here. Once things calmed down, it would go away for sure. Oh boy. Oh, we've been recording for a long time. My throat hurts like crap. Oh boy. It was getting really hard to say those last things. Oh god, I'm really hungry too. Whew. Alright, well, guys, I hope that you are enjoying this, because freaking I'm really getting into it again. As much as I've had a long break from it, we're right back into the thick of it. So, yeah, I kind of have an outro now, so I'm going to say it. Thank you guys for watching. I don't actually know if it's like, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next piece of shit
Did
that
I
I have.
understand you to say that a person's IQ can be
See ya.
raised